Succession planning for any business and any community is very important. Business owners, some of them are not aware of succession planning, but when it comes towards the end, they want to pass on their business, and they need resources to be able to help with that. That is what succession planning is all about.
With the support of the Coleman Foundation, Feather River College leveraged existing resources such as our internship and entrepreneurship programs to launch a pilot in succession planning.
We took what is traditionally a corporate model of succession planning and changed it into a community model so that we could match mentors and mentees together.
We identified that nonprofits play a critical role in our ecosystem, and many are in need of a change of leadership.
Our second pairing represented a business owner who was looking to be able to contract work out, have more mobility, potentially work part-time, and so we were able to find a person who was looking at filling in those gaps.
Our third pairing focused on multi-generational family succession planning.
Director of Plumas Arts for about 28 years, coming on 28 years now. So my job has been to build and devise programs over the years. We have an active program of arts education in the schools. We run this gallery. We do art displays around the county. We run many of the county's most significant cultural events. We have concerts at the Town Hall Theater, small words and music programs around the county. It's my job to make sure that they're feasibly designed, that they can be operated by staff or volunteers, and to make sure that there's money coming in to keep the operation going. The last few years we've been deciding that we needed to do succession planning. Like, how would we parse it out? How would we find people to do what it is I've been doing and make it continue? So this project has allowed us a way to begin that by working with Kara, who's the board president. Also, you know, if anybody's a potential successor, it could be Kara. She has the unique set of skills that would take to keep this living thing moving on into generations for her children.
Feather River College came to us with this idea of working with them with an internship and a potential successor to sort of get the ball rolling, and we were really interested in that idea. If a new person comes in, Roxanne has a lot of knowledge on where the grants have come from in the past, how much different organizations have given Plumas Arts, and someone coming in new to that position might not necessarily know those things. So I looked at the past 15 years of funding for Plumas Arts and put together a history of where the money has come from and who it has come from.
Business is renting long-term rentals here in Quincy. I try to have like the nicest product in town. I really like to have upscale rental properties, and that attracts a better clientele, you know, people that are more professional and can afford the rents that I'd like to charge. Almost all my renters come word of mouth. In this business, you need to have someone who can come out at a moment's notice and fix a plumbing or snake the drain or something that maybe comes up in the rental. Dan Lewis is my property manager. He does everything, basically anything that needs to be done. He can do plumbing, he can do electrical, he can do paint, he can do finish, he installs cabinets. So it's important to have somebody who's got good people skills as well as knowledge of the house. Doing the contracts, and that's really the most active part of this business. The rest of it's pretty passive. I mean, I go to the post office and pick up a check once a month and it's pretty good. So I like that part.
I love looking at old properties and restoring them to, you know, sort of highlight the details that make them special and highlight the history. When I got involved in the project, I knew that CC had a lot of value and wisdom to offer me. And so I thought about, well, what could I do for CC, you know, to sort of make it an exchange of energy, you know, in exchange for her time and insight and experience. So what I came up with was that I could put together a handbook for her with all of the different properties, you know, who her service people are, from electricians, plumbers, service people for the appliances, sort of like a turnkey handbook that she could hand over to an individual if they were to cover her properties for her, so she can travel or not be so tied down to this location.
The idea of the handbook was just brilliant because it's something that I really need for my properties. And each property, I've had different people work on them. I was really pleased when you know, Tiffany came up with that idea and that she was willing to do it. So it's great, and I'm looking forward to having that.
Upon retiring from the United States Navy after 24 years of electronic service and repairs, I returned to Plumas County to open up a appliance service business. After the 2 retail stores in town closed, I opened up a small retail and used business. Once we decided that both of us wanted to retire, that would be Henry Glover and myself, we started looking for a succession person or a person to take over. So with that in mind, we started looking for someone who had a background of electronics repair and/or appliance repairs. We brought Chris down to do training with us in hopes that he would take over retail, new, used, and service. We gave him a year's worth of service field training with both Henry and myself, and then we transitioned it over this year to Chris, who now has opened up his own business, maintains and operates the store in East Quincy, and then we are essentially transitioning Henry and myself out of the business with the new generation.
Feather River came to us at a pretty pivotal time because we weren't sure where we were going to go forward from there, and they came to us with an idea of business succession in different generations. Even though we're a small family business, there's a lot of things we weren't sure of, and when the college helped us out, it actually made a lot of these steps smoother and the transition a lot easier.
The strength of a program like this really relies on community involvement, but also engaging your college or community college in the process. What we were able to achieve is having students get academic credit while we were finding the right matches for them out in the community. The important point here is that if you see the need and you have a college that's able to help steward those matches, you can create a succession plan before you have businesses that are no longer part of your community.